Assalamu alaikum students, welcome again. Welcome to the last session of our week 5 lesson plans. That is about software development process, our models. What is SDLC and what are the different type of process model we have covered. This one is about our last software model, that is Agile SDLC model. Now in the Agile methodology, after every development iteration, the customer is able to see the result and understand if he is satisfied with it or he is not. So it's about after every development iteration, the customer is able to see the result and understand if he is not satisfied. Again, if he wants to make the changes, he can do it. That means आप रन टाइम पे साथ साथ उसका रिजल्ट भी देख सकते हैं, रन साथ साथ उसमें चेंजेस कर सकते हैं after making that stage. So this one is one of the appropriate way what we can say. This is one of the advantage of the agile software development life cycle. One of its disadvantages is that with the absence of defined requirement, it is difficult to estimate the resources and development cost. That can be the basic disadvantage. Extreme programming is one of the practical use of the agile model. That is again basic requirement. You have to be an excellent programmer, and then the basis of such model consists of short weekly meeting again. So you have to, on weekly basis, you have to meet with your managers and so on, supervisors. That means you must be clear about the different set of stages, different modules or functionality that you have to perform in that specific product, and what are the different phases and stages through which you have to go through for the final product. And after every stage, you can see the result. This is very important. So that is the reason agile model is most, you can say, common, and you can say mostly people are used to of using this model. Now, what is agile model? You can say methodology. First, you have to plan for the development of anything, requirement analysis, and so on. Then design of the product. Then you have to develop the product. Then you have to test the product, and then you have to deploy that product, review that product, and then you have to launch that product. Right. So this one is about, we can say, different number of stages through which we have to go through. From every stage, if you want to, we can find out the result at every stage. Like her stage ke baad, if you want to see the result, we can see the result and then we can make the changes. This is one of the best thing regarding agile model. This one is the one of the best thing. And when we are going to deploy some specific, you can say, product. So over here, then again, if you want to take the review regarding anything after these stages, so you can. So this one is about, first we have to plan, then we have to design, then we have to deploy and review, and then launch. So this is known as agile methodology or process. Now, what's the advantages and disadvantages of agile model? Why we have to use it? Why there is no need to use it? Okay, most of the time encourage the interaction, development, teamwork, collaboration, and process adaptability. So it encourages the interaction, development, teamwork, collaboration, and the process adaptability. That is very important for any product development. Minimum planning and phases are in short frame. It's again important thing, and the advantage. Test can be conducted during the design cycle. If you want to test something during that design cycle, we can, and that is one of the good things. Less risk and has more flexibility, therefore save time in modifying and developing the information system. Again, it's more flexible, and uh, risk comparatively is become. So developing the information system. These are the disadvantages. Multiple completed phase of the development might be required to release product or new features. Again, that can be the disadvantage. Like multiple phases of the development might be required, because after every phase, when you want to see the results, so you need multiple. In inefficient in large organization, it's good for the small organizations, small businesses, and small project. It's one of the best for the small projects. More programmer centric than user centric. It's more programmer centric than the user centric. जनरली आपके बाकी जितने भी मॉडल्स हैं दैट इज अकॉर्डिंग टू द आर यूजर सेंट्रिक एंड दैट मस्ट बी एज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द यूजर completely. This is up to some extent programmer centric. That is the reason we can say your project, generally for your final year project, agile is one of the best model, because that is good for the, you can say, runtime changes. Whenever you want to make the change you can make it. जब भी लोग सब कहते हैं, कोई भी आपको कहता है you can make the changes. जबकि waterfall में आप वो काम नहीं कर सकते हो. इसी तरह prototype और spiral की भी some there are certain limitations. So this is one of the best, you can say, model. What are the use cases for it? The users need change dynamically, then you can use it. Less price for the change implementation because of many iteration. Then again, it is good. Unlike the waterfall model, it requires only initial planning to start the project. So again, it requires only initial planning, and if we want to, we can plan more and we can make the changes onward. So that is the reason dynamically, yeah, runtime if we want to make the changes. So this one is one of the best choice, right, class? So this one is about SDLC model. And okay, class, one thing जो मैंने आपको task भी दिया है, assignment भी दी है, उसमें what we have, you can say what we have said, that you have to find out what are the different types of models जो हम study कर चुके हैं, advantages, disadvantages देख लिए, उनके benefits के point of view से. Now we have to find out which one is the best model for your final year project and why. So it's changed oriented, carefully you have to plan, product mindset, and this one is about agile, and this one is about waterfall. Now what's the difference? Changed oriented होता है, carefully planned होता है, product mindset होता है, इसका project mindset होता है. This one is the difference again. Minimum पेपर वर्क होता है, यहाँ पे comprehensive and extensive documentation होती है. So again, this one is the difference. Iteration, all processes, fixed and separate stages. इसमें आपकी सारी स्टेजेस की आइट्रेशन और हर प्रोसेस के अंदर जो है वो आपके आइट्रेशन है. इफ यू वांट टू यू कैन मेक द चेंजेस. फिक्स्ड एंड सेपरेट स्टेजेस होती हैं इसमें, यू कांट गो बैक. अगेन दैट इज वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट ड्रॉबैक ऑफ द वाटरफॉल मॉडल. जब हम वाटरफॉल की बात कर रहे होते हैं तो short feedback loop and no feedback until the testing. So this is one of the biggest advantage. Short feedback होता है, आप एक एक स्टेज को आप टेस्ट कर सकते हैं. इसमें till the end of the last stage you are not able to test anything. Unit testing कर सकते हैं इसमें, end product testing होती है. Unclear requirement होती है, यहाँ पे fixed requirement होती है. Collaboration होती है different आपके stages के लिए, यहाँ पे team works in turns होता है. And concentrated on revenue most of the time, because small setups के लिए होता है. Concentrated on the cost, इसमें ये costly होता है. Full transparency होती है इसके अंदर, आपके agile के अंदर lack of transparency होती है, because at the end of the day when you have to evaluate something then it's a bit difficult. Constant researching and preliminary research. So constant research is like throughout आप उसमें जो है वो you can make the changes. It's about only at primary stage you can make the stage changes. Efficient and timely risk preventing and risk averse, इसमें risk बहुत ज़्यादा. So this one is the major difference. These are the major difference, students, जो हमने अभी discuss की हैं. एंड आपकी असाइनमेंट के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से मैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो क्लिप में आपको डिटेल में बताऊंगी फॉर डिफरेंट एसडीएलसी मॉडल्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. थैंक यू सो मच क्लास, थैंक यू. नेक्स्ट सेशन में हम रिमेनिंग जो पार्ट हमारा रह गया लास्ट मोमेंट के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से वो हम डिस्कस करते हैं. थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स.